evaluator was a spontaneous or spur-of-the-moment volunteer who will be evaluating speaker number 2, Michael Sumps. Please help me welcome Jeffrey Purtee.
Michael today was speaking from the Advanced Speaker Guide, Entertaining Speaker. He was on project number 4, the dramatic talk, to give us an entertaining dramatic talk with vivid imagery. And he accomplished this. This was a great story. It kept me engaged throughout. First, I want to commend you on your opening. You started with a think back, and in your opening sentence you had a you in it. So think back. You immediately relate to your audience and get us thinking about how this story might relate to us. I also want to commend you for your use of dialogue. I still remember the line, "Sumps, when I'm through here, we're going to make you the chief of this division." Good use of dialogue and good use of the name in the person. And that leads to my first recommendation. Use more dialogue. As you went forward on this speech, I thought to myself, when the current Attorney General fires you, don't just tell us that it happened. Say it in dialogue. He could come to you and say, "Michael Sumps, I've been pretty impressed with your performance in the 4 months you've had the job. You're fired." Something. There are so many opportunities. Whenever we look at a speech in narration, think, how can I turn this into dialogue and breathe life? My second recommendation is something of an advanced technique. It's called the audience check-in. You checked in right away at the very beginning, but then you went to your I-focused story. Now we can relate to your I-focused story, but there's a technique as a speaker that allows you every few sentences or paragraph to do a check-in. And a check-in can be as simple as, now, if you were in that office at that time, you would probably have thought, "Oh, this is not going to be good when that new Attorney General shows up." What really happened was, see, that was a check-in. You get people thinking about their own life. Or you could check in and say, "Now, if this happened to you, you'd probably handle it a lot better. What I did was cry." Something like that. Just scatter those throughout your presentation, and it constantly has your audience relating to your story. My final commendation is the fact that you told a very relatable story, especially to this audience. Most of the people in this audience are mid or late career professionals. This is a story about a professional experience that we can almost all relate to, and that had us engaged throughout. In summary, great meeting of the speech objectives. Loved your opening. Loved the fact that you use dialogue here. Consider using more dialogue. Adding some audience check-ins as you go along and tell this story. But I commend you for a wonderful, relatable story. I always enjoy your speaking. You're an award-winning speaker. And by golly, we've got to get you back in these contests so you can win more awards. Thank you.
Sandy, may we have the timer's report, please?